How's it going, everyone? Nick from Comic Culture here. We're going to do another unboxing, this time an add-on to that Marvel United unboxing I did the other week. This is the X-Force add-on. So let's bust into it, see what's inside. All right, let's bust into this right now. So again, this is the add-on to the base game. This is our X-Force team right here. Marvel United has X-Men across there too. So we're gonna check out the box art real quick. I love the box art. I love what they're doing with that. They use all the different sides to their advantage, and we are gonna bust into this here and see what's going on. So this is just gonna have some new figures. It's gonna have some new cards, new location, things like that. So a little bit less than the base version, but that's what add-ons are for. So let's get into this one right now. All right, let's get into it. Let's see what's going on. All right, so we have our little card here. Welcome to Strike Force, in case you didn't know what it was all about. So we have some explanations of different components, the inventory right here, what comes inside this box, hazardous location, challenge, things like that. So it's a little information sheet that goes over everything inside of here. Let's get the little plastic shell off real quick. So very similar to the other one, we're gonna have some location cards here. So let's bust into those. So we have Murder World, we have Strife's Secret Base, we have the Morlock Tunnels, and we have the Adirondack Mountains. So if you're an X-Force fan, you're gonna recognize some of these locations here. Again, locations are just areas you have to protect, areas you have to defeat the villains in, things like that, and you can mix and match into the base set to make things a little bit more difficult for you in case the base set is just a little bit too easy for you. And then this pack here comes with a new villain card. So we have Strife. Very cool origin story. Look up Strife if you haven't yet, especially if you're a Cable fan. Very convoluted origin story there, but we have his information card here with the rules, the overflow, the villain plot, things like that. And yeah, so that's awesome. Again, you can mix and match and make your game a little bit harder for you and the team you put together. So let's get into the hero cards next. I'm gonna go ahead and bust these open. So we have Cable first. I'm gonna go through those. So again, our standard movement cards, ability cards, things like that. And then you have your powers right here. So we have a Psionic Mastery, and we have some Technoactive Manipulation, and we have some other cards as well. There's a couple more special ability cards in this one compared to the core set. But yeah, I have to go back and take a look at that. So that's pretty interesting to note. But we have Shatterstar next. Let's take a look at that. Again, your movement cards. The art on these are really cool. Healing Factor, and we have some other shockwaves and whatnot in there. Bust into these. Very similar. Again, there's some of the art. And yet again, we have 4 action cards here. Then we have Domino, one of my favorites. Probability Manipulation. Master Assassin. That's cool. Then we have our threat cards. Again, they just go with the villain to make the villain a little more powerful. Then we have our Strife cards as well. And then we have our challenge card here. So we'll look over at Strife real quick and see if there's any unique art for these cards. Looks like they're all the same. All right. So those are all the cards and locations and the villain cards. We're gonna bust into the figures next and take a look at those. All right, and the first figure we're gonna go see is Strife. He looks great in the box. Let's see what he looks like up close. Get a good idea of what he's doing here. I love his headpiece, man, that little crown he's wearing. The cape is real flowy as well. And these aren't necessarily fragile, but you know, they're plastic and they're molded, so I would be a little afraid of breaking them, but they feel pretty sturdy too. Like there's no bend in this. This is hard plastic. So that is really cool. I'm liking Strife a lot. He looks great. And looks like we have Shatterstar next with his dual wielding swords. That's really awesome as well. I like his little ponytail here. He's got his dual sabers or his dual swords flipping out. Very, very cool. And he's got his little braids as well coming down, which I think is really awesome. They did a great job modeling these guys. Next, we have the man himself, Phable. He's got not only like a machete kind of a thing, but he's also got one of his gigantic BFGs right here. And so that is awesome. Looks like he's got a little headset. He's got his giant X bell buckle. Of course, he's got pouches all the way around him, so they did a great job with him as well. Next, we got Domino. She's significantly smaller than the other pieces, so a little bit harder to get out. But she looks pretty cool as well. She's actually standing on what appears to be some kind of a robot leg or something like that. I don't know if it's like a sentinel or whatever, but that's cool. You actually get to see her little black eye kind of makeup right there, which it just stands out. It's just like a different layer on the mold itself, so it's not colored or anything. And you can see her pistols at the ready. She looks pretty good. I wouldn't have minded a different model for her, but she's not bad. And then we have Cannonball last. Let's look at Cannonball here. This guy looks awesome. I love that. So he's like exploding off the ground with this little explosion and smoke trail here. It's kind of like Iron Man's thrusters pushing him up into the air, and then he's just like leaping up into the air, which I think is awesome. That's really, really cool. So they did a great job with that one. That's really awesome looking. I hope you enjoy that unboxing. I have another one to bust into in the coming week, so stay tuned for that. And the best way to stay up to date with all my videos is to hit the notification bell so you get alerts whenever I put out a video, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. But as always, we appreciate you watching the video. We'll see you all down below in the comments.